Buenos días, clase de español. Here we are. We're recording live from our Mexican room this morning, and we're going to be going over the homework assignment that you were given for this weekend. On Friday, we asked you to do activities 3 through 5, and we actually had done activity 3 already in class. So we'll be covering activity 4 and 5 on page 5 in your Bob Jones textbook. We're also going to be talking about today's homework, which is going to be activities 6 through 9. But let's begin. I asked Joel if he would help me, and he's being a great sport. Everybody say thumbs up, Joel. So we're going to start with activity 4, and they jumped right into having you ask people what their names are. And how are you called, literally, that's how it's translated, is said, ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? So the instructions were to ask your classmates their names followed by the model. And so I'm going to do this with Joel. We're going to demonstrate. I'm going to be estudiante number 1, and Joel is going to be estudiante number 2. So for this activity, you just need to do the model do your answer according to the model they gave you in activity 4. So, hola, Joel. I'm going to say hola, and then I'm going to say soy maestra Anderson, and then I'm going to ask Joel, what is your name, or ¿cómo te llamas? So I'll do that again. Hola, soy maestra Anderson. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Joel.
Very good. So Joel answered, Me llamo Joel. And he already knows his Spanish name. Do you know your Spanish name, or have you chosen a Spanish name to use in Spanish class? Hopefully you'll have that by next Tuesday. So we know what name we'll be using for you in Spanish class. Moving on to activity number 5. ¿Cómo se llaman? So we're going to answer the following questions based on several different people in your life. So, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask Joel the question, and he's going to give me his answer. Number 1. Joel,
Mm-hmm.
¿Cómo se llama tu padre?
Mi padre se llama David.
Okay. So I asked him what his father's name was, and he answered that his father's name was David. Number 2. ¿Cómo se llama tu madre? Or what is your mother's name?
Mi madre se llama Avi.
Mm-hmm. Very good. ¿Cómo se llama tu madre? Mi madre se llama Ivy. Number 3. ¿Cómo se llama tu mejor amiga?
Mi mejor amiga se llama Cali, mi gata.
Yep. So your best friend is Callie, your cat. That's awesome.
My female best friend.
Your female best friend. Absolutely. So the question was, ¿Cómo se llama tu mejor amiga? Which is your best friend, female. Number 4. ¿Cómo se llama tu mejor amigo? This is your male best friend. What is his name?
Mi mejor amigo se llama Benjamin.
Benjamin. That's great. Number 5. ¿Cómo se llama tu pastor?
Mi pastor se llama Pastor Hood.
Mm-hmm. So what did you guess that was what your pastor is called? It's pretty close there. Pastor and pastor are very similar. Number 6. ¿Cómo se llama tu profesor de español? But wait a second. You don't have a profesor de español. You have a profesora. It is a feminine word. So, ¿cómo se llama tu profesora de español?
Mi profesora de español se llama Maestra Anderson.
Maestra Anderson, that's right. Tu profesora de español se llama Maestra Anderson. ¿Cómo se llama tu profesor de inglés?
Mi profesor de inglés se llama Maestro Collins.
Mm-hmm. And profesor de inglés is your professor, literally, of English. ¿Cómo se llama el presidente de los Estados Unidos? The President of the United States.
El presidente de los Estados Unidos se llama Presidente Trump.
Presidente Trump, that's right. ¿Cómo se llama el director? Is it a director or is it a directora? In this case, because it's a feminine word, we're going to use directora. ¿Cómo se llama la directora de tu escuela? The director of your school.
La directora de tu escuela se llama Directora Fraser.
Directora Fraser, that's right. And finally, number 10. ¿Cómo se llama tu escuela? Tu escuela is school.
Mi escuela se llama TDA.
TDA. If you really wanted to go big, you could say, mi escuela se llama la Academia de Daniel. This concludes this section, but before we go, we're going to go through the adjetivos on page number 5 at the bottom of the page. It says, you already know more words in Spanish than you realize. How many of these words do you recognize? I'm going to say them in Spanish, and let me know if you recognize them. Normal, normal. Justo, just. Posible is possible. Imposible, impossible. Práctico, practical. Impractical, unpractical. Probable, probable is probable. Inteligente, intelligent. Terrible, terrible. Maravilloso, marvelous. Espléndido, splendid. Interesante, interesting. Brillante, brilliant. Brilliant. Importante, important. Necesario, necessary. Innecesario, unnecessary. Estudioso, studious. Académico, academic. Común, common. Famoso, famous. Impulsivo, impulsive. Cruel, cruel. Sincero, sincere. Generoso, generous. Nervioso is nervous. Religioso is religious. Diplomático is diplomatic. Político is political. And económico is economic. Hasta luego.